A few of the best ways to deal with loneliness is number one, to forget about yourself, yes. And number two is to care about yourself. And you're like, wait, you just said forget about yourself, now you're saying care about yourself. And number three is to connect with other people that are like yourself. Because when you do those three, you'll see that the loneliness, it doesn't disappear, but you have the tools when it comes, because we're human beings, so it will come. And when the loneliness feeling will come and it's hard and it's tough, then you know how to connect to those tools and push away or remove the loneliness. And when you don't do that, the loneliness can really, there's no words. Like, loneliness literally kills people. There are people who die from being alone. Well, I don't know if it's from being alone or being lonely. I guess more being lonely. So I want to talk about these three elements, okay, that when you do them, that's how you deal with loneliness. And when that loneliness will come, you go and you basically take that tool out of the toolbox and you remove the loneliness. And before I talk about these tools, I wanted to give you an example, okay, from a friend that he did some of these. So the three things we mentioned is, number one, we said forget about yourself, and I'll explain exactly what we mean when we say that. Number two, we said care for yourself, which kind of sounds the opposite. And number three is connect to people that are like yourself. And I'll touch all three right now. When I was backpacking in Nepal, so I met a friend and we became friends. He was a big business guy. He did a lot of real estate and he was really successful. You know, when I saw him, I had no clue he was successful in business and real estate. And I thought he was just like it's amazing, he was a tour guide in Nepal. And then we spoke and he told me about his story that yes, he has this big development business. You know, he builds these huge buildings, and I'm like, okay, interesting. So what are you doing here? Is this like something, in the past he used to be this big real estate guy and now you're here in Nepal, you're a tour guide? Something like, I was like, okay, something over here doesn't really click. And then he told me, no, it's not that's not in the past, actually, that's what I do right now. And he explained that a few months out of the year, what he does is basically he comes to Nepal and he's a tour guide. And the rest of the year, yes, he's a big developer. And how all of that connects to what we just said, it's pretty simple. When he comes to Nepal a few months out of the year, first he comes to serve over there, okay? He comes with his qualities, he tries to help other people. When I say help other people, I'm not saying you're going to save the world, but you are going to do the best you can do in order to serve with your gifts that are different than my gifts and different than other people's gifts, and serve. So in order to deal with loneliness, number one, you want to forget about yourself. So, right, you might say, wait, but you always say that the most amazing things in life are the ones we take for granted and we must invest in ourselves. So now you're saying forget about yourself? Yeah. You're investing in yourself because you want to see the beauty that is in you and see your gifts. And then in order to deal with the loneliness, you want to forget about yourself. And with those gifts, go and serve other people. Go and serve someone that is a much more difficult place than you. Okay? Because you might feel now lonely. You want to deal with the loneliness? Think about someone that is in a challenging condition and that you have the ability, you have the skills to help that person. Now, each person, like I said, has their skills. So think, what are the skills that you have? Now, don't tell me you don't have skills, because each person has, their own gifts. So think, what are those skills, and go and help someone, okay? So that's number one, forget about yourself. And that's what my friend over there did. He went and he took his skills and he helped people in Nepal. Number two is care about yourself. So what does care about yourself mean? Care about yourself means, well, what did he do? He took care of himself. And he went and he did things that are good for him. He went and he maintained the relationships that he had over there. He not only maintained them, he made them stronger. And other relationships that weren't good for him, he let them go. Well, over there, the picture's a little bit different. He mainly strengthened relationships. What I want you to understand is taking care about yourself means a few things. Number one, look and realize what relationships are good for you and what relationships are draining your energy and are poison for you, okay? This is really crucial to understand. That's taking care about yourself. So it's basically maintaining and strengthening the right relationships, the one that help you grow. By the way, when you go help other people, that's part of that. You go and help them, and some other people will help you. And release the ones that are not for you. Now, I know what's a question that is coming up. I'll address that in 2 minutes. That's number one, of taking care of yourself. Another thing of taking care of yourself is doing things that are good for you. So that friend, yes, he does huge deals and like he closes like $100 million deals in real estate development. And in addition to that, he knows that he also needs to go out to nature, because if not, he feels like he's stuck like inside all these buildings. So he's taking care of himself, and that's really important in order to deal with the loneliness. In addition to that, we said you want to connect to people that are like yourself. So what does that mean? What does he do? How does that connect to Nepal and to that friend? He goes to Nepal and he connects to people who like hiking. Yes, he's a tour guide, but yes, he also goes and hikes just with people that he likes. Sometimes he goes and hikes, small groups. So connecting to people that have similar values to you is really important. Connecting to people that have similar stories to you is really important. When you connect to people with similar values, similar hobbies, similar interests, you feel connectedness inside, okay? Because many times there are a lot of people around you, but you don't feel connected to them. And like we said in the video before, this is amazing. But number one is learning how to be alone. We'll talk about that soon. So going back to, I said, connecting to people that are similar to you. That way you feel, some type of, you could call it support group, but it's not, it could be, you love hiking, go and find a group that people like hiking. You like going to museums, go and find people who like going to museums. You like reading books, go and find a book club. Find a group of people that has something that is similar to you, okay? And that you feel that connectedness and you deal with the loneliness. So we said, number one is forget about yourself. Yes, take the beauty that is in you, take your gifts and serve with them other people that can use your help. So forget about yourself. Number two is care about yourself, right? We say caring about yourself could mean take care about yourself, of yourself, do things that you like and are good for you. And it also means that you strengthen the connections that are good for you, and you release and let go the connections that are draining you, okay? And number three, which is really important, find people that have similar values to you, similar hobbies, similar story, something that you have in common that can glue you all together. When you do those three things, that's a great way to deal with the loneliness. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's not that that feeling won't come anymore. It's just that when it comes, you have the tools to deal with it. It's like when you start a business or when you go into a relationship, it's not that there'll be no more problems in the relationship or in the business. It's just that the more you work on your business, on your relationship, on your health, when a problem comes, you'll have more tools in your toolbox in order to deal with that problem and solve it and get stronger and stronger. So every time a problem comes, you solve it, you manage it, and then you get stronger every time. So the same thing over here, when the loneliness comes, you have here some tools to deal with it, and you start asking yourself, how can I serve someone else with my gifts? How can I connect to other people that have similar values, stories? How can I, maybe release some of the connections I have in life? Now, saying that, I'm sure some people are saying, but you have no clue. You're talking about letting go of certain relationships and connections. Well, that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my mom, that's my dad. Like that's my close family. I can't just let go. Or that's a friend I grew up from, from the age of 3. Well, if it's people that are that close to you, family and things like that, so maybe meet them less. Don't be with them that much if they're draining your energy. Or just let them be there and don't connect. Now it's not that easy to do. That's what I'm saying. Maybe see them less. And by the way, there are some people that if they cross a red line, they have no room in your life. Now I'm not saying burn them out. If they behave and act in a way that is fine for you and they don't try to hurt you, beautiful. There's almost always place for forgiveness. With that said, if there's someone that is really close to you, maybe meet them less. Or when you're in a group of people, try to talk with other people. But people who drain your energy, again, unless you see that is someone that you want to help them with your gifts, and that's beautiful, that's amazing, make sure it's not everyone, because then you won't have any energy for yourself. Again, you're here to serve a purpose that is greater than yourself. But don't forget, in order to do that the best way, you must invest in yourself. So yes, be there for some people. Some of them will drain your energy, and that's fine, because you're there to help them, that you're there to serve. But also learn to put the boundaries where it's too much, and then you won't have any energy in you to serve. So Like I said, if it's people that are close to you, some you'll need to let go. Some just, you know, manage the time you see them less frequent, and you'll be fine. If it's not those people, just let them go out of your life. If they change, beautiful. If they don't drain energy anymore, that's fine. So when you do that and you take care of that, and you deal with the loneliness that you have, you'll see that slowly you recharge yourself and you get more power in yourself. When you see more of the beauty that is in yourself, so then you could continue serving a purpose that is greater than yourself, and light your path and the path of the people around you. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.